Nobody disarms a room like Dolly Parton. One second she looks sweet and harmless, and the next, she drops a joke so sharp that even the interviewer forgets how to act.
But anyway. Dolly Parton, oh my gosh, come on, isn't that movie great?
And this first moment proves the trap is simple. Ask Dolly the wrong question, and somehow you become the punchline. In 1967, on The Tonight Show in Burbank, Dolly walked in smiling like sunshine. But Johnny quickly learned soft does not mean safe. The second he tried asking about her figure, the room got nervous. Dolly did not save him. She let him cook.
Have you always been rather zoftic?
Then it got even better. Johnny started searching for the safe word, like a man trying not to step on a landmine. Dolly just sat there, calm and amused, like she already knew he was trapped before he did.
Bosomy. What did you ask me just before that?
And then she took control without even lifting her voice. Instead of acting shy about what people always wondered, she made the whole subject feel normal. That is Dolly's trick. She does not make herself look awkward. She makes the question look awkward.
I've always been pretty well blessed. People are always asking if they're real and...
Oh, I would never. I would never, you see.
No, you don't have to ask.
I would not.
I'll tell you what, these are mine.
By the end, Johnny was not hosting anymore. He was surviving. He tried to keep it classy, but the truth slipped out anyway. Dolly did not need to roast him. That smile did all the damage.
But I would give about a year's pay to peek under there.
And if Johnny looked cornered, the next interviewer walked straight into a bigger trap. This time, it was not just about flirting. It was about trying to decode the whole Dolly image. Bad idea. In this 1977 interview, Barbara Walters came in with the kind of questions people usually whispered when Dolly was not in the room, but Dolly did not blink. The second that hillbilly label came up, she answered sweetly, then slipped a little sting under it.
Dolly, where I come from, would I have called you a hillbilly?
If you had of, it would have been something very natural, but I would have probably kicked your shins or...
Then Barbara went for the full package. The hair, the clothes, the wigs, the body, the whole Dolly look. It could have felt like a takedown, but Dolly handled it like someone who had heard every joke already and saved the best one for herself.
When you were 11, 12, 13, was it this about you?
Well, you mean the full...
Then came the question Barbara did not want to own. She blamed her assistant, which somehow made it even juicier. But Dolly did what Dolly always does. She turned the pressure into a laugh before it had the chance to cut.
Is it all you?
Well, I can't show you here on television.
I'll take your word for it.
Then Barbara finally reached the real question hiding under all the others. Was Dolly controlling the joke, or was the joke controlling Dolly? And that is when Dolly made it clear. She was not confused. She was not being played. She had built the whole thing on purpose.
But do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
Oh, I know they make fun of me. But actually, all these years, the people, has thought the joke was on me, but it's actually been on the public. I know exactly what...
That is why her humor hits different. She can smile through a shady question and still leave with the power. But when she wants to be truly reckless, even a modern late-night host is not safe. Years later, on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, the setup sounded harmless. A movie, a soundtrack, Jennifer Aniston, clean celebrity talk. Then Dolly casually dragged her husband into it, and the whole room suddenly felt the floor drop.
Have you known Jennifer Aniston for a while?
You know, I love her to death. My husband is crazy about her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The first joke already shook the room, but Dolly was not finished. She pushed it one step further, and Jimmy's face said everything. He wanted to laugh, hide, and leave the studio at the same time.
See, I think he kind of fantasizes like a threesome with us.
Most guests would stop once the audience exploded. Dolly heard the laugh and went back for the second hit. That is what makes her dangerous. She does not drop a bomb and run. She sits there smiling while it keeps smoking.
Oh my God. I mean, he can't even get it out to pee, much less get it up to the
And Jimmy's reaction made it even better. He was not just laughing, he looked defeated. Dolly had turned a simple promo interview into the kind of moment no producer could have planned safely. But here is the twist. She does not need a grown-up joke to break a host. Sometimes all she needs is a country story, a straight face, and one punchline waiting like a trap at the end. In 2020, Dolly started telling Jimmy a story from Pigeon Forge, and at first, it sounded almost too sweet. A bear, tourists, a Smoky Mountains memory. But with Dolly, the softer the setup sounds, the more suspicious you should be.
And this poor bear was just drinking them all. And one day, some redneck put...
She kept building it like an old family story, slow and simple, which made everyone lean in. Then the room started laughing too early, and Dolly pulled them right back. That is the scary part. She knows exactly when to slow down and make people wait.
And this poor bear was just drinking them all. And one day, some redneck put...
Then the story suddenly turned darker, and nobody knew if they were still allowed to laugh. That is where she had them. The audience was stuck between, oh no, and where is this going? And Dolly knew the answer was worth it.
They put gasoline in a Coke can. Can you believe how bad people are? And the poor thing just went crazy. And it broke out of the pen, and it started toward Sevierville, because Pigeon Forge is about 8 miles from Sevierville. And it just ran off.
Then she landed the punchline so cleanly that Jimmy completely broke. The joke was silly, wrong, and perfectly timed. And Dolly laughed like she had known from the start that nobody in that room stood a chance.
There, and then, you know, all of a sudden it just fell over.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Dead?
No, it was out of gas.
So by now, the pattern is clear. Ask her a nosy question, she wins. Give her a wild story, she wins. But what happens when the joke is people literally trying to be her? Somehow, she still takes the crown. On Graham Norton, the topic turned to Dolly impersonators, and she did not get stiff about it for 1 second. She leaned in. Men, women, wigs, costumes, the whole circus. She understood the joke because she helped create the legend everyone was copying.
Great compliment. Because if I hadn't have been a girl, I'd have been a drag queen. For sure.
Then Graham pulled up a game about spotting the real Dolly, and she somehow made it funny before it even started. One quick mistake, one confused glance, and suddenly, the real Dolly was questioning Dolly.
You mean one of those is not me?
No, wait. No, that is you, in fact.
Oh. I said, boy, I gotta meet her.
Then came the phone. Not a normal phone, of course. A tiny Dolly phone. The kind of thing that could make another star tense up instantly. But she just laughed. Because if the room is going to get weird, she might as well enjoy the ride.
And tonight, it's not doggy phone, it's Dolly phone.
Then the call made it even messier. An impersonator was asked to judge the actual woman sitting there, and the answer was so bold it almost felt illegal. Dolly did not have to roast her. The moment roasted itself.
But do you think that you do a better impersonation of Dolly than I do?
I think that my accent's better.
But Dolly is not only funny when people copy her. She can copy someone else and still steal the whole room. And when that someone is Elvis, you already know this is not about to stay innocent. By 1983, during Dolly Parton, live from London at the Dominion Theatre, she was not just telling jokes, she was performing them. When she started talking about Elvis, she sounded less like a polished star and more like a teenage girl still remembering the trouble.
When Elvis was just the hottest thing going, they wouldn't let him show him from the waist down because all the Elvis.
Then she brought up the old TV trick, where they tried to make Elvis safe by hiding half of him. But Dolly made it clear the girls watching at home were not fooled for 1 second. The audience knew exactly what she meant, and that made it even better.
So they shot him from the waist up. But they thought that kept us from seeing it in our minds, not us girls. I saw that night after night after...
Before going all in, she gave Elvis his flowers. That made the moment sweeter, but also funnier. She was not mocking him, she was winking at the memory of him, and somehow that made the whole thing feel even more naughty.
Bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree.
Then she fully committed. The voice, the moves, the attitude. Suddenly, Dolly was not just talking about why Elvis drove girls wild. She was proving she had studied the evidence very closely. And after that much stage chaos, it is almost funnier to watch her return to a couch and do damage with one tiny joke. No costume, no music, just a story that sounds harmless until it is absolutely not. Back in 1977, Dolly showed Johnny Carson that a joke does not need to be classy to be perfect. She started with that little "I heard this story" energy, which is always dangerous because you can tell she already knows the ending is not clean.
Wait, there's this one story. It's supposed to be the truth. I don't know if it is or not. I doubt.
Then she built the joke slowly, and the best part was that she started laughing before the room even got there. That made it feel less like a planned bit and more like Dolly trying not to ruin her own punchline.
You worry about it. You take it home and you give it a good dose of castor oil, which is a real strong laxative.
Oh, yes.
Then the ending hit, and it was exactly the kind of joke that sounds 10 times funnier from her. A little silly, a little wrong, completely unexpected. The audience cracked because Dolly made it sound almost wholesome.
Give it a good dose of castor oil and just watch it real close and don't point it at anybody.
Even Johnny had to give it credit. It was not smooth, polished talk show humor. It was better. It felt like someone's aunt told a bad joke at dinner and somehow stole the entire night.
That's okay. We haven't had a good bullet joke on this show.
That is the range. 1 minute, she is channeling Elvis. The next, she is making a messy joke work. But her strangest flex is turning glam into music history. In 2020, on the Graham Norton show in London, Dolly turned acrylic nails into music history. Most people saw glam. Dolly heard a hit. What started as a cute behind-the-scenes habit became the beat of 9 to 5. Only Dolly could make nails sound genius.
Going on, and I would take my nails, because with acrylic nails, it makes like a percussive sound. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
And of course, she made sure the nails got their moment. Nails by Dolly sounds like a joke, but it is also weirdly serious. Only she could make a beauty credit feel like a songwriting flex.
My nails. So I have a credit on the back of the album that says Nails by Dolly. By golly.
Then Graham shifted to Christmas, and somehow Dolly became the answer to 2020. It was dramatic. It was a little ridiculous, but with her sitting there, it almost made sense.
And anyone worrying about Christmas 2020, I'm here to tell you, Dolly Parton has saved.
Then came the album title, and the room laughed because it was painfully perfect. Cute, cheesy, smart, and completely self-aware. Basically, the most Dolly thing possible.
You've got a new album. Is this not true?
I do, and it's called A Holly Dolly Christmas. What else?
See? Christmas?
That is why her humor works anywhere. She makes nails iconic, Christmas silly, and any couch feel like a stage. But when things turn serious, she still knows where to slip the sting. On 60 Minutes Australia, the tone was much more serious. Dolly talked about where she came from, and there was nothing fake or shiny about it. But even in a serious interview, she never lets the room forget who is driving.
You gotta remember, I was just a white trash country kid from way back.
Ray Martin tried to frame it as a story of drive and ambition, and it was. But Dolly heard one phrase that could be clipped the wrong way, and suddenly she became her own publicist, lawyer, and comedian all at once.
But a white trash country kid...
That moment was so sharp because she was joking, but she was also right. She knew exactly how words can be twisted. So she gave him the escape route on camera with a smile before anyone even had time to be offended.
So, unless somebody should take you out of context and say you call me white trash, he did not. I call myself white trash. He would never.
Then came one of her best money lines. Faith gets the credit. Dolly gets the cash. It is bold, funny, and honest in a way only she can make sound completely charming.
I love your God quote from your book in which you said, you give God credit, but you get the cash.
Exactly.
He gets the credit.
He can have the credit.
And that is the real danger with her. She can make a serious interview funny without ruining the serious part, but put her in front of a live crowd, and there is no telling what will slip out next. This audience Q&A started in the safest way possible. A young boy asked for advice for teenagers, and everyone probably expected something sweet and inspiring. But Dolly heard the opening and chose chaos with a smile.
Question is, if you could tell teenagers of America today one thing, whether it be advice or something of...
The answer sounded innocent for about half a second. Then the room caught up. That is what makes it so funny. She wrapped a naughty joke in a cute little package and handed it over like life advice.
I would say Act like it's raining every day and wear your rubbers.
Then she reacted to herself, which made it even better. She looked shocked by her own mouth, like the joke escaped before she could stop it. And that tiny blush made the whole thing even more Dolly.
I'm sorry, but even my face is red. It's like embarrassing. I don't believe I said that.
By the end, she tried to apologize, but it was already too late. The crowd loved it, the boy survived it, and Dolly proved again that nobody can make something spicy feel this harmless.
I didn't mean to embarrass you.
And that right there is Dolly Parton in a nutshell. Sweet on the outside, absolutely unhinged on the inside, and somehow still impossible not to love. She has been doing this for over 50 years, and nobody has ever been ready for her. So which Dolly moment made you laugh out loud? And which one made you go, wait, did she really just say that? Drop your favorite in the comments. And if you enjoy seeing the real, awkward, and unforgettable side of Hollywood, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for the next one.